Leila George, one of the stars of Animal Kingdom on TNT. The season finale is airing this Sunday. This past season has just been crazy, especially with Smurf being gone at the end of season 4. I mean, this season took us for a ride.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, doesn't it always?
It always does, but this was just, I think no one expected the matriarch to be gone in the way that she was at the end of season 4, and the guys are really there to fend for themselves. We were able to see her backstory in all the flashbacks. What's it like being to be able to portray that character of Janine?
It's so fun. Um, it's definitely the funnest thing that I've ever had to do work-wise ever. I mean, she's so different from who I am. It's such a leap, and so I've never played such a kind of crazy character like that before. And Ellen Barkin created this like badass, like the dream, like it's the dream role. I mean, it really is. It's like so much fun.
What were the conversations that you and Ellen had before you kind of just took over the role of what we could see as far as Smurf's backstory, and how did you guys bond together on set?
She was really welcoming to me. I was so nervous, and I remember my first table read, the first time I met anyone, they had me sitting right next to her, which I was like so terrified. And I sat right down next to her, and she was like sitting like this, like classic Smurf. And she kind of looked me up and down. And I think I made it past like the first, and then she was just so lovely after that. She let me shadow her for a few weeks. Like I was on set when she was working for the first few weeks, just to kind of, I'd watched so much of the show. I'd watched, seasons 1 to 3, maybe 3 times over, just to kind of, pick up all of her things. And so then being able to like watch it all happen on set was really exciting. And she would take me in her trailer, and like she'd be like, this is how we walk, and this is how we talk, and this is how we sit, and like this is how we fuck. And I was like, okay, great. And no, she was so lovely. Like I couldn't have, she would find things in the script and like, call me up and be like, what are you going to do with this? Or like, what do you like? I couldn't have asked for a better support in that way. It was wonderful.
I think the highlight of my week already is going to be you doing your Ellen Burstyn sit down. I was like, that was just that just made my week. I just want you to know that. Let's go ahead and talk. Exactly, right there. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Pope. Big journey for him this past season as well too. We got a chance to talk to Sean at the beginning of the season. I mean, what's it like working with him, and how do you think this whole season was just insane for him?
He's amazing. He's such an amazing actor, but he's such an amazing person. Like to work with him, and he directs some of the episodes, and he's so great to work with. Like he's really, like, he knows all of our characters more than really any other director that we could get, even if they've been on the show for forever, because he's in there with us, and like, I don't know, he sees things from different perspectives that maybe we wouldn't look at, and he's just so good at talking to actors on set and giving them direction, and so lovely. And I mean, I've never seen him mad or like overly frustrated, or he's just the sweetest person. And then poor Pope, I mean, you just feel so sorry for him. I mean, his life and getting to see him as a young boy in this season as well, like, this just the sweetest little kid. I mean, Houston Toe, who plays Pope Young, he's just like adorable. Like he's so cute. And so having that cutting between that and Sean's performance, it's like, oh, your heart just breaks sometimes. And it's weird because it's like in the middle of like scenes where these criminals are like robbing banks and like hurting people and beating people up, and you're like, oh, they feel so bad for them.
Well, you get to see their backstory. We get to see the finale on Sunday, and then also congratulations for getting renewed for season 6. It's not only season 6, but it's also the final season of the series. So a lot to build into that on Sunday's episode and the rest of next season. I do want to ask a couple of questions about your dad before we take off. The Breakup, which was filmed in Chicago. He was also in Work in Progress, which is by Lana Wachowski, who's a Chicagoan, Abby McInerney, who is a Chicagoan. Growing up, did your dad ever talk a little bit about the influence of Chicago, or conversations now as far as what our city or the people here mean to him?
I mean, he loves going to Chicago to film. I know that, and I know that he tells me how cold it is there. He's like, I've had experiences where I'm like walking the streets at night, and I don't know if I'm gonna get like blown over. No, I mean he loves it for sure, but yeah, what stands out is the coldness. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. We tell people, this is a wonderful city to visit, but if it's your first time, do not come between like November and March. Those are the times, stay away from here. But then your first visit should be in the spring or the summer, because it's a ton of fun. There's also talk about Daredevil for him, for his character to return. Were the Marvel movies things that you guys watched as kids growing up?
Yes. We actually used to go to, I mean, he was always obsessed with Marvel and all of that. Like, and with my brothers, I have 2 younger brothers. He has 2 other sons. And we'd always be going together as a family to see all the Marvel movies. And like, it's always kind of been our dreams. Like, it's my dream to be a superhero one day. Like, I hope that comes for me. It's such a giant dream. Oh my gosh. But yeah, he loves it. We used to go to Forbidden Planet, which is this like store in Union Square in New York, and they have all the like figurines and stuff and like comic books. Like it's basically a comic book store, but they'd also sell like video games and stuff. Like we're big nerds in the family for sure. Like it's always like superheroes or video games, stuff like that. Like it's definitely a big deal for the family, and we're all very jealous and excited for him, about Daredevil. But I don't know. I think they should do more. But
exactly, we gotta get a role in there for you too. I mean, you want to play a superhero role. Hope somebody sees us. Who's casting the movie. One of the films to get you in there.
Just like Kingpin needs like a badass daughter, doesn't he? Like, doesn't he need this like random daughter to come out of the woodwork and like, battle him, and then it's like fight between father and daughter, and she's good and she didn't know he was her dad or something. Like, I'm just kitching it, but
you're putting it out. You're putting it out there in the universe. Leila, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
This has been a lot of fun. Animal Kingdom series, our season finale is taking place on Sunday, and then got renewed for season 6. So we'll go ahead and check that out. Congratulations on marriage, and hopefully we'll see you on screen with your dad again sometime soon.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for your